Good afternoon. Welcome back. It is Saturday, March 25th, 2023. We have a few birthdays, a few Cardinals birthdays, and a few events to go over. Looked over the events, just a smattering of random Busch slash Xfinity Series races of little significance. I don't want to call it, say, oh, well, those races sucked or whatever. There was just not a whole lot that happened. One notable Busch Series race in 2000 on this date, the spring Bristol race. Sterling Marlin won his last Busch Series race. I believe he was driving in relief of Tim Steele, who was either injured in a sprint car race or they pulled him from the car, just put a cup guy in to get a baseline where the team was at. And of course, Sterling went out and win. And then, I'm sorry, Dave Steele, not Tim Steele, Dave Steele. And Dave was later released from the team. The following year, 2001, on this date, Elliott Sadler wins his first Cup Series race driving for the Wood brothers. John Andretti was second. A lot of people were just saying, what a cool day it was having the Woods and the Petties up front 1-2 once again. And that was the first ever and so far only win for the Wood brothers at Bristol Motor Speedway. And then on this date in 2007, in the Cup race, Kyle Busch, of course, wins the first race for the dreaded COT, or the Car of Tomorrow. We have a handful of cardless birthdays that we'll get to here really quick. Born on this date in 1948, but he did pass away, sadly, in 1990 after being in a coma for nearly 5 years, Mr. Butch Limley. Butch was a short track legend in the South, raced a lot of, like the All-Pro, what would basically now be like the late model series, the super late models, that kind of thing, like the Cars Tour and that sort of thing. Was just one of the best short track drivers around. Had a wreck at Five Flags Speedway. Was it Five Flags? I think it was Five Flags Speedway or Caraway. It was one of the tracks down south. Had a really, really bad wreck, I guess, and severe head injuries, and he never recovered from that. But Butch, a lot of people don't know a lot about him. I only got to watch him in a couple of Cup races before that. And, he did good for the equipment that he got. Another birth date today, born on this date in 1961, MRN and Sirius XM's Dave Moody. Also born on this date, 1968, many of you will not know this name, but Jesse Samples Jr. was kind of an up-and-coming driver in the late 80s and just flat ran out of money. Ran in the Goodies Dash Series, did pretty competitive there, ran a few Cup races in the late 80s, and just didn't have the funding and couldn't go forward. Born on this date in 1981, current Trackhouse co-owner Justin Marks. And born on this date in 1994, I've got one or two cards of this guy, but they are buried somewhere, Mr. Travis Braden. So I know Tim Mosey will appreciate that one, because I guess he is one of those West Virginia drivers. I don't know much about Travis, only seen him in a couple ARCA races, but hopefully he'll get something good going for him. Well, we're going to start out with our youngest carded birthday today, born on this date in 2005. Pretty successful ARCA Series career so far, and short track career, Mr. Taylor Gray. So we have a basic 22 Donruss there. We got the blue parallel, and then the score from the Chronicles in 2021. So a few nice cards there. Born on this date in 1933, he has passed away, but he would have been 90 today. Former NASCAR official, former flagman, Mr. Doyle Ford. Doyle replaced Harold Kinder at the end, or near the end of the 1991 season. I don't remember when Doyle retired, but he was a fixture in the NASCAR garage. So I got the cards arranged chronologically here, just for ease. Really like looks like that might be at Dover or somewhere. Really can't tell, but you got the red and the black Max. Got a 92 Tracks here. 93 Max. Always like that they put these officials cards in there. This is 96 Pinnacle. We don't see this a lot. And this is one of the parallel sets, so you can kind of see the foil background there. Then we do have a 96 Racer's Choice, which was also a Pinnacle brand. And one of the parallels of that, this copper colored, which I believe is Speedway Collection Artist Proof. So a few cool cards there of Mr. Doyle Ford. Put those back in the box over here. And our, excuse me, our final birthday, born on this date in 1982. Former Indy 500 Rookie of the Year, former Daytona 500 pole sitter, Miss Danica Patrick. I don't have these in any particular order, and I just tried to go through and find some cards that kind of covered her NASCAR career throughout. So obviously here she's got the Coke Zero patch. Sprint Cup Series, there's a Nationwide Series card. So these are going to kind of be all over the place. Another one of her. Then when she had Aspen Dental as a sponsor, Nature's Bakery, of course, you see Ford, Chevy, same team, different seasons, obviously 16-17, or actually it's 15-16 when she raced. Of course, Nature's Bakery had that big fiasco where they weren't paying. We got some tax act going on, another Aspen Dental. This is when it was Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. Then that would be her final race in 2017 with Premium Motorsports. So we got some pictures of a few of the cards. There's a nice Aspen Dental Ford. There's the number 7 Xfinity or Nationwide Series car. There's a number 10 Chevy. Number 7, another Nationwide Series, another view of it, another kind of random paint scheme. Then a different paint scheme of the Nature's Bakery and Aspen Dental. And then we have, what do we have down here? Then we have the Nature's Bakery by itself. Looks like Autism Delaware, so it's going to be at Dover. And then, of course, the card from her final race with Premium Motorsports, reverting back to her Xfinity number of 7. I think I might have got this one on one of Danny's breaks. I can't remember exactly, but one of her IndyCar cards. Then we have this insert here from Press Pass Element. And then I thought these two parallels were, this is a base card, but it's a parallel. We got the purple Pulsar, or whatever they called it, and then the camo. So, a few nice little cards there. So, happy birthday to all those folks. Had a lot of them to string together today. Had some notes to take on that for sure. And I think there might have been a couple other birthdays, but I didn't know enough about them, and I didn't want to have to, if I didn't have cards about them and they didn't play enough into the role of my fandom, or really just overall that they didn't make that big of an impact. Like maybe they made one Busch start in 1982 or whatever. Wasn't really going to go for it. But anyway, thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, especially that subscribe button. I want to get those numbers up. My goal is to be to 2,000 subs by the end of the year. I think we can do it. I think we're starting to get enough headway, do enough steam. I think we can get there. So let's make that happen, because 68% of my views are by non-subscribers, and if we can push that number down, we can make the subs go up. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Lots of racing in COTA today and tomorrow. So let's go sit down and watch some racing. Thanks for watching.